Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Thursday edition of Video Clips. And a couple of announcements. We have set the dates for the COVID-25, Lose the COVID-25, and Health Lessons from COVID. These will be May 18th and May 24th are the dates for those. You can look at our online calendar and you'll find them there. And then we're starting happy hour with Wellness Forum Health, and that starts on Friday, May 7th at 6 p.m. And these are things for members only, but the happy hour thing I'm really excited about because what we're going to do, very informal, we're just going to gather together and we're going to have people share something positive from the week. No negatives allowed. I mean, we have other classes and programs and that sort of thing that allow people to learn about problem solving and get into all the negative things that happen and that kind of stuff. But this is going to be none of that. It's absolutely going to be focused on making sure that we pay attention to something positive. Everybody will leave the session feeling better than when they came. And isn't that a nice objective? So every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, happy hour with Wellness Forum Health. So you have to be a member to take these classes, happy hour and Lose the COVID-25 and Health Lessons from COVID-19. Career conference calls, those went really well. They were great discussions about not just what we do, but future of healthcare. Like, what does it look like? What are people going to be doing with themselves? We've been at this for a long time. We have some great information to share with you. April 30th at 2 p.m. and May 4th at 8:30 p.m. And then summer semester is coming. And one of the things that we offer summer semester is the Diet and Lifestyle course, which is a 15-module course that includes men's health, women's health, children's health, family health, vaccinations, cancer, autoimmune diseases, gastrointestinal diseases, it's 15, mental health, musculoskeletal health, all that is included, right? So if you are interested in that course, send me an email. I'd be happy to send you a course catalog. All right, so somebody sent me for today's message a quote from Anthony Hopkins, and I think this is really important. Okay, so I'm going to read it to you. None of us are getting out of here alive, so please stop treating yourself like an afterthought. Eat the delicious food, walk in the sunshine, jump in the ocean, say the truth that you are carrying in your heart like hidden treasure. Be silly, be kind, be weird. There is no time for anything else. Very true, very true. And words I think we should act on now. I think a lot of people have fallen into the trap of thinking that they're going to start living again when this is over. And how long it's going to take to be over is open to debate for different discussion, different day. But whether it's 2 weeks or 2 years, none of us knows how much time we have. So I think we really have to make the best of every day. And we can control how we are going to spend most of every day. I mean, I know that many people who watch these videos are in circumstances they can't control for jobs and things of that nature. And I don't think there's any way to magically make all that go away. But there is a lot that you can do that would make things different. And I think the place to start is to start paying attention to yourself. You know, you can make a really nice meal. You can serve it on your best china, even if you're going to eat by yourself. I do that. It feels great. It's nice to see a beautiful table and food that's presented well. You can have a dinner party too. There's nothing to stop you from doing it except, well, I don't want to, I'll wait till things are over. Well, you can have a dinner party. You can go outside and you can feel the sun on your face. You know, a life that's well lived is not waiting for some future time to focus on your health or reading more or taking an afternoon nap or phoning old friends or it's doing things now. And I remember something my grandmother used to say to me when I was a kid. I used to talk about, I can't wait till I'm in high school. I can't wait till I get my driver's license. I can't wait until this, until that. And she used to say, don't wish your life away. Enjoy now. And of course, that was hard for me to do as a kid. There wasn't a whole lot to enjoy about some of the things that went on in my family. But I really need to remind myself of that sometimes, that there's always something to do that is nice for ourselves. Even if it's picking flowers and putting them in a vase, just taking an extra couple of minutes to do something that makes your world a better place, your own little environment a better place. Light a candle. I mean, anything that, don't postpone. That's my point. Live in the moment and find something to do that makes life better for you. And so another thing I think that is that this business about say the truth that you're carrying in your heart. I think the time has really come for many of us to stop tap dancing around other people and to say what we know is true. People feel better about themselves when they're honest in their communications. And I think that's one of the things that's caused a lot of people to be sideways in this situation, is that they feel not at ease with other people. And it really has nothing to do with the other people. It has to do with ourselves. How we feel at any given moment is not anybody else's fault. It's really up to us. We can feel good, we can feel bad, we can feel confident, we can feel defeated. Those are choices that we make. You can stop letting negative things into your life. You know, I haven't watched the news for a year and I don't miss it. And so if watching the news makes you upset, don't do it anymore. You can stop participating in nonsense and disconnect from people who promote it. And if something that you're doing on a regular basis makes you miserable, stop doing it. You know, I don't know why people want to spend time with people who make you feel nervous and anxious and uncertain and unhappy. You don't have to. You can start by setting limits. And I think I've said this many times. I think that one of the lessons of COVID-19 is it just has amplified a lot of things that were going on before. So if you were a person who tended to let people overstep their bounds, for example, to challenge you on things that are none of their business, or to ask you questions that are none of their business, or to try to talk you into doing things that you don't want to do, or living your life in a different way, that's inappropriate. If it's going on now, it probably has been going on for a long time. It's just going on bigger now. Okay, that's the big thing. So if there is some way, if you do not appreciate the way your son, daughter, neighbor, coworker, whoever is treating you, you can say something about it. You can say things like, I don't appreciate the way that you're talking to me. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I've made up my mind, and please do not bring it up again. And if the person persists, you know, I went through this with my mother. I've talked a lot about my family lately. I went through this with my mother, who just seemed to not have any self-control, and that was a big part of her problem on a lot of different areas. But I just started saying, when she would start her stuff on the phone, for example, you know, I'm sorry that you're having a bad day. Apparently this isn't a good time for us to talk. So you can call me when you're feeling better. And I would just hang up the phone. It doesn't have to be screaming and hollering and that sort of thing. One time, and I haven't thought about this for a long time, I was having dinner with my parents and my sister. And I don't remember what this discussion was about, and it doesn't really matter what the specific topic was, but we got into a discussion about something. My mother was doing her usual on her high horse lecturing about something, because on Saturday night at dinner is always when you want to hear a lecture. I just got up and walked out. I left my dinner there. And you know something, I'm sorry that those things happened in my family, but if I didn't set limits, I would have ended up continuing to be unhappy and miserable and to do self-destructive things. Part of me becoming better and sane, you know, I guess maybe at one point in time you might have said I was insane on some levels, but part of that was learning how to set appropriate limits with people. You do not have to take whatever other people dish out. You don't have to do it. I found that out. One of the greatest lessons of my life, and you can learn it too. There's nothing worse than feeling helpless. I can tell you that from personal experience. In many situations, helplessness is a choice. I mean, if you like being talked to in an inappropriate way by your children, please don't let me stop you from enduring it. If you like getting into situations where people challenge what you've decided to do and bring it up again and again and again and again, don't let me stop you. But if you're miserable about it, stop doing it. If you're miserable when you read the newspaper, don't read it anymore. You know, it really is that simple. You have more control over your life than you might imagine, and you need to use it. And so you don't need my permission to do that, but maybe sometimes you need somebody to make you think about it a little bit, that it's possible to be stuck and not realize that you are, and not realize how much control you have over unsticking yourself, if that makes sense. So in any case, like I said, you know, the one of the lessons I think we're all learning here is we're learning a lot about ourselves. I know I have. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about what's important. I've learned a lot about standing my ground. It's been a long time since I let people roll over me and do things to me that were inappropriate. But the fact that the things that I let people do aren't so egregious anymore doesn't make them any more acceptable. So drawing that line in the sand and saying, you know what, this is what I expect. I'm entitled to expect certain things from people in situations in which I willingly put myself, and I will set those limits, and I will force other people to respect them or not, because they get to make choices too. And then I'll just make my choices accordingly. My social circle of older people has contracted quite a bit, and then it expanded in incredible ways through other means. And so sometimes in order to make room for something new and better, you have to get rid of something old. It's like too much clutter in your house. If you want to get some new stuff, you have to get rid of some old stuff. And sometimes that ends up being a little bit about people too. All right, that's all for today. As usual, pass this on to anybody who you think might enjoy watching it, and I will be back to you tomorrow with more news. Remember that on Wednesdays and Fridays, we post on different platforms, and on Monday, the Forbidden Newsletter is sent out, and you need to be a subscriber to all that stuff. So if you're not currently getting that stuff and you want to, send me an email at pampopper@msn.com. Thank you for watching.